Okay, so this is part two of making some platforms, and we showed you these three. Um, I will come back to this one a little bit later and show you exactly how I do all of these modifiers and exactly what are the displacements and the settings for them that I'm using. But for now, I think let's just continue with these four here. Now we're actually going to use these here. Let me isolate them. There we are. Not this one. This one can. No one. I'm just going to delete this one. Bye. So I'm going to create um, this one from this one here. So now first thing we need to do is to select the top faces. So face select mode, going Shift D, then I have a shortcut, but you can also type F3 and then separate, yeah, and then I'm going to separate it. So now there are uh, two separate objects, and then on this object here I'm going to just pull a little bit up. And then on this one, I'm actually going to select the top faces and then just delete them. Just delete the top faces. And then I'm going to actually also select this one, and then it's marked sharp, and I'm going to unmark sharp by -1, sorry, Shift E -1, and it's just normal. Now, the only thing that is happening now that is kind of weird is that the modifier is not. Oh yeah, I know where it's going on. Let me move the sharp, Shift E -1, and now, yeah, there we are. So now it has the same curvature and form as a platform. Now, and this is handy because now I'm going to do something else with the platform part, and the base. I can use the base and add like a displacement modifier to make it look like a rock. Just give it some displacement without having to bother about that displacement also displacing the top part. Now, let's go here, and I'm going to extrude on the Z-axis like so, and then extrude again on the Z-axis, go to top view, okay, and then I'm going to A and scale just a little bit, okay, and now you can see that something is not all correct, so we're going to move this one up. You may need to manually adjust the sides when you do this because the scaling is not going to be it's not going to be even everywhere. So I'm going to go here, edge, and select this one and this one, no, just this one and this one, and then pull it out a bit. Proportional editing. Something else before. We're gonna select the edge loop, scale, and then scale down, so inwards. So now if I go out, you get this. Yeah. Now the only issue with this is depending on your player controller, and how you set, due to the fact that it has this nice, nice and round, the player, instead of flying out, will just fly and just follow this contour, and that's not what you want. So to fix that, go into edge mode, select side edges, and then Shift E1, enter, and you leave. So problem solved. So this looks already pretty good. Let's see if here it's okay, but if we wanted to fix this a little bit better, we grab this. So there's already a little bit more manual labor on this one. So this, yeah, that looks better. So this is already one of the platform. So that's this one here. Now, these here. So let's this one here. This one has an extra modifier, Lattice modifier. Now, why do I like to use the Lattice modifier? I'm going to show you. So let me go to top view and just go here, Shift, cube, scale Y. Control A, apply scale, go into edit mode, Control R. There we are. So, absolute vision surf. 2. And I'm going to select everything, subdivide, that is okay. Okay, give some edge loops here. Okay. Again, remove the bottom. So if you don't want to have the open bottom, because maybe you have a platform somewhere high, you can actually see it, then what you would do is go into face select, and then select the outer edges, Shift E1, enter, and I'm going to do the same thing for the top. Shift E1, enter. So, and now you have the chase mode. So now you have the bottom. Yeah. So actually, what you could do now, you can make kind of a bridge. So if I would press the face mode and select these here, I can let it proportional editing. I can actually make something like this. Yeah. But that's not what I want to do now. So now let me separate the top again. Shift D and Q, separate. Going to select this one, extrude. No, extrude. Come on. Edge select. Select all of them. Come on. Extrude C. So extrude C. Extrude C again. Select all. Scale out. Now only bottom. Scale. Scale in. And then we kind of have the first platform, but now what I'm going to do, I'm going to add a lattice modifier onto these here. So Shift A, lattice, you don't see it, so you have to scale it up. Make it about, so that it that this thing is fully inside, don't go into edit mode. So you have to make it fit in an object. Also Y, and then this should be good. Okay. Now I'm going to add loop cuts here on the side. 2 more, then a bunch of them here. Try to make them a little bit square. Not too much. That looks good. And now I'm going to add to this one and to this one the lattice modifier. I'm going to show you why I want to do that. So where is it? There it is, by the form. And then we all select this. There we are. And here, this one as well. Lattice selected. There we are. Okay. Now, nothing happened. So now, but if I select the lattice modifier and go to edit mode, and let's say I select, let me just isolate this. This is a bit better. I'm going to grab these here, and with personal editing on, I'm going to move it up. And I'm going to select all of these, move forward. And you can see that now I am deforming the platform. But if I go into edit mode on the leaf edit, select these two and go to edit mode, it's still the simple platform. Yeah, so that nothing changed here, but I do have created a different form here. And then let's go to top view, select the lattice modifier again, go into edit mode. I already have to say, let's move the 3D cursor to here. Select, go to, make sure I have all of them. And then I'm going to select here our 3D cursor, turn on this one, and then I'm going to rotate. Rotate again, and then I can even, so if I have these, I can deform the platform. Yeah, so if I again, so this is the platform, and with the lattice modifier is this one here. So, and the nice thing about this one is that, like on the other one, we had to manually adjust the top part to make it fit. Like this one, you don't, because it will always fit because it fitted on this one. So on this one is nicely tucked in, so it will always be nicely tucked in. Now, only downside of this one, personally, is that the lattice modifier has only points. So if I go into, and if I select the vertex, I can't, it's only verts. So that's a little bit of a pain. So yeah, that's a little bit of an annoyance. It would be great if I could just select the edge loop here and then pull the edge loop up to make the platform a little bit smaller. That would be just nice, but you can't. Let me see, something you can also do. Let's select a bunch of these and then just raise them up like so. Yeah. And then you can hide. So if you say, okay, I'm done with it, just select it and hide it, and then this your platform. Yeah. It is also important that your platform does have sufficient geometry, otherwise you'll start to get weird glitches when you stretch them out and make some weird bends. But this is also quite nice when you make like a full section. Yeah, and you say like, oh, I want to have it go a little bit more to the left. Just put the whole section inside the lattice modifier, and then you just bend the lattice modifier. The lattice itself, you bend it, and then the whole path will bend as well. So that's quite nice because you can just make a straight one, and then you can bend it. Okay. So let's see. Let's see which the next one. So the next one is this here. Is also the lattice modifier, but I'm going to go straight to this one here. So for that one, I'm going to use this platform here. So we have this platform, and instead of me making a top platform, I'm actually gonna give it like this. I'm gonna make an edge around it. It actually is quite nice because it will help the player see that that's the end of the platform. So sometimes it's hard to see where it is because depending on the view angle, one platform can fade into the next one, and then you're coming and you're like, oh, it's going straight, but then it's actually a hole there or something. So how do I go about doing that? So go to edit mode. I will need to, so this is something you should do almost at the end. So if you say, okay, I'm happy with everything, then this final touch to the platform. So you're gonna select it, and I'm going to actually duplicate it. Go into, and then I'm going to apply all the modifiers. So now going to edit mode, I'm going to select one of the faces, and then I'm going to select similar normals, and then here underneath to the left I can go a little, just move it up. So now I have select all of them, Shift E, so Control I to invert, X faces. So now I only have the top one, and then I actually going to edge loop, select the edge loop like so, and then Control I, X faces only. I should have done this. No, let's go back. Face select. Control Z. There we are. No, I'm still in the wrong one. Select similar normals, X only faces. X edge and faces, that's me. Okay. This was not what I wanted. So